Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. We are letting people in right now, so we're going to wait just one more minute to get started. And in the meantime, let's play some music.
Yo, online store owners, listen up now. I'm about to drop some knowledge, show you how Customily, the best app in town. Let me tell you why, so you can wear the crown. Then you can wear the crown. Personalization is the name of the game. If your customers have personalized fame, customized products so unique and cool. Spread the word, don't be a fool. With Customily, the store will stand out. The possibilities, there's no doubt. From t-shirts to mugs and everything in between, your customers will feel like a dream.
Okay, welcome everyone to this new live session of Customily. We are going to get started. Welcome all just joining in on the chat and at the attendance. For those who don't know me, my name is Josema. I'm going to be your host today, but I'm not alone in this live session. On the chat and also presenting today, we have Cecilia and Ezequiel, always answering questions along the way on the chat, always throwing me questions for the presentation. So we are all here together to get started. And today we have a very interesting agenda. We are going to be exploring some trending designs with star maps. It's a great feature that we have in Customily, and we have seen previous examples of this. We want to go like a bit further today, just to give you some more ideas and get you creative on this. I want to see some Customily designs using star maps, those pre-made designs that we offer for free. And we're going to do a star map walkthrough. We're going to be creating a design with a star map with a slight post-production that will give you a great ending result. Of course, at the end of the presentation, we always have some space for Q&A. So if some questions are not answered along the chat or along the presentation, we always have some space at the end of the live session. Okay, so I'm going to share stage right now with Cecilia, who is going to tell you all about trending designs with star maps.
Hi,
Hi,
how are
Ceci.
you? How are you?
I'm doing great, and we are matching t-shirts now.
Yes, we have some new t-shirts in the team, which is really cool. Okay, so let's get started. Today we have star maps. We are super excited to talk about this. It's a feature that many of you have been asking. I remember in one of our previous live sessions when we were talking about image upload that many said on the chat like, hey, we want to learn about star maps. So I hope you really enjoy this. I don't know if you're live now, but you can catch up later on YouTube and watch it whenever you want. So let's get started. First, we wanted to share some trending designs with star maps. This is a very cool feature because we actually have users which the whole store is only with star maps. Like they only sell products with star maps. Most of the time, the star map is used on canvas, on framed posters. That is like the star product. But here we wanted to show you that you can apply this feature to other products as well. For example, acrylic plaques, ornaments. Christmas is coming, so an ornament with a star map is a great idea. Blankets, pillows, mugs. You can apply it to just anything, not just canvas. Even if when you do some research online, you will see that it's canvas and posters everywhere for star maps.
It's a commemorative kind of design, correct? I mean, it's always trying to pinpoint a specific date, a special date for people, for kids, and events, right?
Yeah, I mean, of all the personalization tools that we offer, this is like the most personal that we have, because you pick an exact date, an exact location, and it will show you the star map of that night. I mean, what is more personal for someone than that? So combining that star map with a cute text, it can be like the night we met, when you were born, an anniversary, a wedding date, or whatever you can think of, is a super personal gift that everyone will love. That's why this feature is so popular. And as I said, there are stores that only use this tool to sell products, which is great. So first of all, we have an acrylic. This is the product that we picked for today. Jose is going to show you later how to create this, because many people ask how to make the star map transparent, so it can be applied to these acrylic plaques that are like just a glass. Then we have an idea of an ornament. Again, here we combine the star map with some nice text. And the same goes for the blanket. This is a great idea to give to a couple, for example, that says Alex and Katie on the date and some cute location. And then, of course, the classic mug is always a great gift to give to someone who wants to remember a special date. Moving on, here we have, of course, the popular canvas and frame posters. Here are other ideas of what you can sell. If you want to go like a step further, you can also combine the star map with other features. For example, the image uploader. Not only you can combine with text, but also you can give your users the possibility to combine a star map and a photo. So we have, for example, the first case where it's a star map and a cute photo of a father and a daughter, but it can be a couple of whatever you want. Then we have another example of two star maps and a nice photo in the middle. This is great for anniversaries or weddings, for example, or Valentine's Day. Then we have another star map with a set of colored photos, which is really cute. And also is a great present for wedding season and for any kind of anniversary. And then we have this idea. This one is a bit tricky, but you could, for example, put like an image uploader and then a star map with a transparency over it. So the user can upload a picture. In this case, it's like a wood with a nice sky, and then the personalized star map over it.
In fact, that last example is pretty much what we're going to be doing today. As you know, star maps have multiple styles available in Customily, but the last two styles on the list are the transparent light and the transparent and dark, meaning that you will have the constellations and all the lines in white with a transparent background, or you will have them in black with transparent background. And so we wanted to do something like that for today's example. But because the star map is going to be transparent in those two styles, you can easily put something behind. So always will be a tint, in particular a kind of color or a style like the vintage in the star maps in Customily, but nothing stops you from actually putting something behind. That could be another like a galactic background, or like Cecilia said, actually you can upload your own image. Think about an image that will have that perspective of land on the back, on the below line of the circle, and the sky on the top side of the circle. And the star map was going to fit there because they always shape up in circles.
Exactly, yeah. That's precisely what we want to show you, that you don't need to just use the star map tool and add a simple text. That is with what the majority of the users do, but you can combine, like be creative and combine the star map with other tools. For example, the image uploader. Or here we have some other examples where we combine the street maps with the star maps. We have a complete class of street maps on our YouTube channel, but you can perfectly combine these two to create something original and amazing, where you can show the location and also the night sky of that same location, which is great. So you can, for example, in the first example, you have the two maps separate, but you can also use masks to have them like combined in one circle, or a heart shape, or whatever you can think of. And last but not least, you can also combine star maps with dynamic images. So for example, we have this cute canvas for kids where it's like a balloon with a star map and it has some animals. You can put different things, I don't know, like pirates, animals, kids, just colors, whatever you can think of to offer different illustration for kids with a star map of the night the kid was born, which is super cute. And of course, you can also mix, for example, the star map with a media player, which is another tool that's very popular nowadays when you put like that Spotify thing and with the play and the thing of the song, and you can complete with the artist and the song that means something special for you. It's a great combination to, instead of putting like the usual photo of the couple, you put the star map there. So we thought it was a great idea to share as well.
I have seen cases in which, for example, they have like this the transparency in dark mode, so it's like the opposite of the one of the balloon. But they actually put a really high quality photo of the moon, for example, or another planet in which like you see that strange combination. But the effect is pretty interesting, and of course,
yeah. That's interesting. I haven't seen it, but now that you say it, it sounds great.
We visit like 20 stores every day, and we check out ideas and we try to see what people are doing with Customily. And turns out that I thought it was like a really nice image of the moon, and they were actually using the DALI integration of Customily. So actually, someone prompted like surface of the moon, really high quality, and it will prompt that as a background of the star map. So
wow,
also,
that's really cool.
That could actually be like you're combining like a lot of things in Customily to create that effect.
Yeah, that's really cool. Again, you can totally have like a complete collection of products in your store just using these tools. I mean, you don't need much more than this and your imagination, honestly. Okay, so last but not least, as Jose said, at Customily we have some free designs that you can use. We have a collection that includes star maps, of course. So in this case, we picked our four favorites for you to see. These are designs that you can pick and add to products like right away. When you finish watching this, you can grab any product from a POD or your own product basis and add any of these designs to them. So we have here combinations of star maps and clip art, which is something that people like a lot. If you don't want to combine it with street maps or photo uploads or any of the ideas we just showed, you can always combine them with clip art, which is great. For example, clip art of the hands. This is super popular and cute. It's used for anniversaries as well as weddings, Valentine's, but also for kids. We have both things, the hands of the two adults, or the combination of the adult hand with a baby hand, which is super cute. And then, of course, the famous clip art from behind. You have the couple. You can put two girls, two boys, a girl, boy, whatever you want, and combine the clip art with the star maps, which look great. And I mean, you can see it here. The designs are super cute.
The heart shape. You always like trying to think what to put inside a heart shape acrylic.
Yeah. We have like this specific design, which is super popular, the star map with the couple. We have in both sizes, like the square shape that can fit any product perfectly. For example, the tote bag, the journal, a t-shirt, a canvas, whatever you want. But also, since this is like a super romantic design, we thought it would be great to have it in a heart shape, so you can apply it to the heart shape acrylics, for example. So if you want to sell acrylics, in this case, the heart shape acrylics with this design, you got it like in 2 minutes. You just pick the acrylic from Shine On, you pick the design from Customily, and you got this product in your store in a couple of minutes, super easy. Okay, before I go, I just wanted to let you know that we have a blog with tons of ideas of how to sell custom star maps in a few minutes. So we are going to share the link in the chat so you can check it out. It has a lot of ideas, a lot of products, so you can get inspired with even more ideas on this later, and I don't know, hopefully start selling star maps really soon. Q4 is coming, so it's the perfect time to have a lot of sales. So go try it out.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you a lot of examples as well, but the blog always has like the best trainings. And anytime you see something on the blog that you would like to know how to do it, just reach out to us, because we always kind of every single idea we see around, we say, okay, let's try to do that in Customily. And then we try to make a video and try to make a live session. So we're always challenging ourselves based on the great ideas some people have. Some people have an idea of this is a static, okay, but if you go to Customily, it becomes customizable. So always check out and have ideas, and whenever you don't know where to begin, just reach out to us, because the blog is a great place for inspiration, and everything can be done with Customily.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's move forward to the tutorial part. I'm sure you like it. So we hope to see lots of star maps soon in your stores. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Cecilia. Bye
Bye.
bye. Well, we're saying bye, but she's jumping into the chat, so she's around. She won't be leaving us for good. So let's begin with the star map feature and a nice walkthrough creating star map design. The example I'm showing you right here is actually something we pulled, and we realized it had this background printed, right? So it was easy to cut the star map to show the text. Star maps will have a round shape always, will have a circle shape because it's the way they are represented because of the grid, right? So if you want to cut them because you want the text to be featured, you can do so, but remember that when cutting something like that, you will need a background. So these case scenarios, we wanted to show you that this is something different, right? This is not the usual bowl shape of the star map, and we're going to show you that you can actually pull this off using Customily. Like I said, this is an example with a printed background, but we're going to go just a bit further, and we're going to create something with a transparent background. We're going to use the acrylics to create something like what I'm going to show you right now. Let me share my screen quickly so you don't see me really large. All right, so let me know if you're seeing my screen. Last time I wasn't sharing. So if you recall a previous live session we took this this journal and we put a star map in there, right? So just to remind you that star maps have a lot of features, including the fact that you can force to show constellations, right? Like this, you can force to show grid lines or not. And also the Milky Way could be shown or not, or actually this could be user-free to check and show differently. So star maps can be constrained to certain styles or can be open to any styles, and you can add as many styles available as you need, like this. Now, the only two styles missing in this particular example are the transparent ones, basically because it's going to show the it's going to just print the lines and it's going to show the background completely empty. And although it would be really cool, and we may want to use it for certain products, like for example acrylics, right, when it's going to showcase really well. And we did a couple of examples here. We're going to show you one of those. We made this the Starry Sky collection, right? We have the circle acrylic, we have the square acrylic, and the dome acrylic. We didn't play around with the star and the heart, but you get the idea. Of course, the circle acrylic is the easy one, and I'm starting with this to show you. Okay, so basically, you have a rounded star map, and you're putting on a rounded product. That's the easy part, right? And we can pick a location like this, and pick a date. Let's say yesterday. How was things yesterday? How was the sky looking? And then type something. I see this particular, we have a specific font that adds like a special character, as like a special glyph on the edges. We're going to share with you that later, and we need to type the so date here, something like that. So this is a very quick and really cool thing, because when you turn on the LED, it's going to show amazingly like this, right? On a dark room with the constellations printed in white, is going to really showcase like this. On the dome case, we have the same, but now you start to see how apparently the round shape of the star map is starting to lose somehow. It's not ending rounded, it's actually rounding square. And to go further with this, we have the square plaque like this. So now we have a square plaque with a full sky of star map. And you can actually do this with Customily, but we are going to tell you how you can do this with a trick, right? So it requires you to plan ahead what you're going to be doing, right? So let's go to Customily, right? It's like I said, I mean, we're going to type in something here, like, right, and the date, right? And now you see everything is constrained to this particular acrylic LED base. So let's go to Customily and let's start with creating a design, right? But we need a design to go to the product later. I always recommend that we check out the print information and the print template of every single POD we're going to be working on. It's very important because it gives you the proportions, maybe not the exact dimensions. I believe these are bigger right now, but the proportions are extremely important. So having this will give you an idea of what you need done in Customily. So when you start, you don't start square, you actually start 3540 by 3186, for example, right? So let me go to Customily and create a new design from scratch. In upcoming live sessions, we're going to be doing exactly what we're doing now, using 2.0 features. We're going to be using them in a WooCommerce store, because now we are integrated for 2.0 features in WooCommerce as well. You know that because we announced this last week, but I wanted to refresh you that because it's a great new enhancement for the app. We keep growing on every single platform, and that's amazing. Let's go with this and create the live session Starry Sky, right? And create. As always, our design studio starts with a big square canvas. We don't need the canvas itself, because when we create, let's say we create the dynamic image here, right? Basically, our design can be just the blue box. And if I go like this, this can be our the design will be the blue box, and the workspace will be ignored. But we use this workspace because it allows us to fit things perfectly when on the proportions we need. So I always recommend when we resize this to what we need. In this case, we're going to be needing this to be on the Z 3540, 3186, 3540. Let's go with this 3540, 3186, right? Like that. So now we have the right proportions, and the image is, well, floating around, yeah, because it's a bit smaller than the 1 by 1 meter we had. But now we can just click here on the fit to canvas and constrain this dynamic image to our proportionate workspace, and we can just click on upload image and upload this template. It's very important because this actually gives us the chance to design within the safe area at the same time as keeping this print guide holding the space for us, right? So we're going to lock this, and later we're going to just hide this. But right now I want this to be around so we can put together our design. So I would say that what we need now is a text box when we're going to put the name of the couple, I remember we are just doing something really fast, but you can just go crazy and start doing a lot of text elements and inputting separately when it's the place, the date, the locations, everything. I mean, this is just to give you a quick perspective, right? And because this was going to be printed in white, I should go to the color here and put this in white like this and save. So this is going to be printing in white. I can type something. I always recommend trying and testing with something very long. Let's say we have customers that want to type and something like that. Pretty long, right? And then we need to pick the character. So I do have some script fonts like this one, for example, and we have some others. This is a really nice. Let me just. It's a really nice font, but I wanted to show you that if you have special fonts that can include odd glyphs, Customily can read those odd glyphs, and let me tell you what that is. It's like these fonts are designed so every single character will end at the same position. So whenever you want to add a special glyph, a special character is going to create that special character connected to the text always, and that will create a very interesting effect. For example, we have one font called the Shorelines here, script, right? And the Shorelines looks like this. This is amazing, right? Well, great. But if you type a special character, the square parentheses, like this, you see it's not adding actually a parenthesis, but it's actually adding a long glyph with a long style like that. And if you go with the other parentheses, it's going to be longer even, right? So if I were to type something like this, oops, I will create this beautiful effect. And that's something integrated with the font that Customily can actually respond with that. But you don't want customers to be typing the parentheses, right? I mean, you have to teach them and they will forget and they will complain. So what can we do to make sure that these effects are always there? That's why we have the advanced tools in this tab, and we have the prefix and the suffix. In the prefix, we can just fix the first parentheses, and in the second, we're going to put the second one like this. And so doesn't matter what the customer will type, it will always include the prefix and the suffix. And so the effect will be there for every single chance and character. Okay. Now let's. This is the most. I would say I'm not going to go any smaller than this, like 40 characters, 40 points. So maybe my minimum size will be 40, or maybe will be 30. Okay. But let's say we actually have someone that's going to be typing something short, like Chris and Sam, like that. So Sam and Chris may be as big as 60. Okay, so that's my maximum size, no worries. So that's how big I can go, how small I can go in the minimum and maximum sizes. That will be for the name. And then now we're going to create a new text box. So it's going to be for the dates. Dates will be dates, location, all that. So let me just put this somewhere in here. Okay, we can just click here and I'll center this just to make sure aligned to the middle. So everything is perfectly positioned. Let's go with the color. Again, this is going to be white. And okay, character. That's the part that I always trying to struggle to see, like a nice font that will be like solid and interesting. This is pretty small actually. Let me see if we can find something robust. Okay, I like this one. Maybe it's not like the best, but I wanted to try something. Let's try with right. So we said Baltimore, and then we have. Okay, so we probably need to put this, and then we have September 26, 1996, right? So something like this. So you see that the extension is pretty nice. The size is always around 40 because it's pretty long and we're not going to be typing that much. So maybe we want to set the maximum size to 40 and the minimum to 40. This means that actually when we are not going to shrink, we're going to keep on the 40 points. But this is our second line of text. We have the first one, which is going to be type your names, right? Enter, and then we come here, we click on the rename, and we go type the date and location. Perfect. Ideally, the date and location will match the the star map. So that's why we want this to actually show the sky, but actually tell what the sky is showing. So now we're going to create the star map by clicking here. That brings us this map. Well, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the fit to canvas so I can cover the entire print. I'm actually going through, see this, I'm actually going over the bleed part, right? This is the, my guide is telling me that this is the bleed, do not design in this area, okay, but actually I want to go all the way to the edge, and I have a very good reason for this. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the star map behavior. We can actually set up an initial location, which is something I recommend. Let's go again with the Baltimore, right? And then with the date, help me with this. September 26, 1996. Okay, so let's go with this. Initial date is September 26, 1996. All right. We can offer constellations, grid lines, Milky Way, or let the customer choose between all those, which is really great. But this is very cool. I don't want all these styles. I don't want the light, or the midnight, or the vintage. I actually want the transparent light. And transparent light, you will see, is actually like this. It's pretty nice. It's transparent. Okay. And it's going to print like this. So far, so good. But you saw my example. You saw I wanted to do something like this. How do I do this? Instinctively, what I will do, or anyone will do in my position, is go and stretch like this with the shift key, just like that, right? And this is really cool, right? But we have a problem. Customily will never, never, never crop anything you design. Why? Because the system needs to assume whatever you're designing has to be part of the product. So if I were to click on the layers or the select unlocked, this is what Customily is considering my design. Right? This is this blue box. So obviously it's going to, when I create my acrylic, it's going to compress everything and fit it to the acrylic. That will end up having empty space on the top, or it will have the round star map showing round and the text showing really small. So we don't want that. Actually, we want this to actually expand later, to print like this. But at the design stage, we cannot have the system crop anything. We can only have Customily crop whatever item we have on the design when we are on the actual template, because the template will specifically print whatever you establish. But right now we don't have a printing setting. This could go into a dome. This could go into a t-shirt. This could go into a tumbler. We don't know that. We want to make a design that is completely independent from the end product. So what I will do is keep things within the margins, right? So if I were to select everything, this will be within the shape margins of the print. So I know everything fits perfectly in my acrylic, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the star maps later, right? I'm going to edit this later. So whenever I'm ready, so star map number 4, type the date, type the name, print guide, we're going to hide it. Don't worry about this. Everything is here. It's just white against a white background. And that's it. I think I can save my design now. Very important that my design keeps within the proportions that I selected, so they fit perfectly, right? As long as this print guide is here, everything will fit correctly on the product. And we can later do changes. Let's say the design. Okay. And now let's go to the start section and create a new product. So I'm going to create new product in here. go to Shine On, pick the acrylic square plaque here. Now, there are two options here. We have the battery power LED base and the LED corded base. We're going to, usually what happens is that sometimes the featured image of one variant or the other, in order to change and to give you a sensation, will have this option. Battery will be turned off, so it's going to be like a natural light, and this one will be with the lights off and the LED on. So basically, I want to concentrate on this corded base, so my preview actually shows with this night view of the product. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to jump into the next part. I mean, you can sell both of these. At the end of the day, these two will change a template, but actually is in no use, because basically on the photos you will see cord. This is like a battery one, and this one with the cord here is like a plugged one. So it's no, it doesn't affect the end result unless you want to charge differently, of course. Let's go next and pick from my designs and look for the one called the Starry Night here. This is the one we created. It's all white, of course, because everything is printing white. Okay, while this is creating a new listing on my store and creating the template and the option set, a quick comment is the white printing will look like something like this, right? So I created some examples like this. So everything you see dark is actually my system has this color and is transparent. So this is printing just the white. And on an acrylic, it looks amazing. Yeah? But you see, on the end print file, the star maps is actually cropped, and we're going to see how to do that. Let's get back to this. All right, so we have everything ready. Very important. Okay, we have the let's go to the base. Okay, we have the names. So let's go with we said Sam and no, let's say like Sam and Tim. It looks as it is. Look at this. It's there, right? It's not showing that super amazing. In fact, if you check out this is showing the star map as a circle. Don't worry, this is something that is the standard way of presenting things, but we can enhance this. Remember, this can always be enhanced inside Customily. We are going for, I wanted to type something, let's say we did like, right? So it was like 1996, something like that. Okay, so everything is showing here. Everything on the preview is there, but it's not showing really nice on the preview. The print is perfect. It's white. That's all we need, white and transparent. But the preview is not perfect. So we have some tricks for this. Let me just change this to the live session Starry Sky acrylic square plaque. Okay. And we're going to click to publish this. Oh, we have this available for me to play around. Right, let's save this to be the product image. We can change it. Remember, this is something you can change on the back end of your e-commerce, on your Etsy, Shopify, or Woo without any problem. And we click publish. So this goes straight to the store. And there you go. The preview shows pretty nice, but it's not very attractive for sales, right? So let's go to Customily again. And when Customily opens this product in your store, at the same time gives you the all the elements that compose this on your front end. We have the option set, right? This is working pretty well. We have the name, we have the date, and then we have the template. And this is the one we want to open, and we want to edit this. So we're going to click on the shortcut button and click to edit. Remember, whatever you edit on the template will be reflected on the product without you having to reconnect anything or recreate anything. This is just a modification of the file that is actually loading on the front end. So I'm going to enable the print guide just so I can see my map, and I'm going to expand my map. What I need to do about the map is the following. I will hold the shift key and click on one of the corners and try to expand this until my round limit goes away, probably like that. Yeah. So now the round is all the way here, and that's all I want to do. I'm going expanding this. Of course, this has to be this will be cut out, and this is, and at this point in the template will only consider this size for printing, so it will crop everything else because now this is ready for print. The design was all the elements you want to use. All right, let's hide the print guide again. Pretty sure I told this already, but I did save one product with this one time, and I printed a mug with the actual print guide. It was really funny. And then we click next. Now in the preview, we actually need to adjust this at the same time. Why? Because we have the star map here. The star map is pretty big now, and we really don't see anything, right? We see very little here, and we want this to show better. So here is a great trick that I want to share with you, and this is like the super trick. You always have the chance, because this preview setting is working on a background color, and the background color by default is white. But if we replace the background by clicking on that button and we go black, right? Now the background is black. Still, we don't see this because we have, if you check this, we have the mask. The mask is an image that gives you the illusion of the turn on LED, right? Oh, you see this, okay? But behind this, we have the product color, which actually is the finished product, right? So they are matching perfectly. So you get the effect of the LED-based acrylic. But what if we turn off the product color? Then you see that, because you no longer have anything behind, right? So our background is actually a black background. In fact, I actually don't like the background, so let me do this. Let me pick the text elements and go with color pickers and pick this color. Yeah, don't worry, because all I wanted to do was get this code. Copy this, go back to black. Oh, sorry, go black to white. What do I do? White. Okay. Now let's grab this mask again and position this where it was. And in the star maps, of course, we need to see the star map. I want to replace the background color again, but black is too much. So let me put the background pretty much the same as the mockup I'm using. All right, so now things look more amazing, right? Now I can see the stars. Now I can see the map. And of course, I see the map is pretty big because we adjusted the size. So all we have to do is bring it back exactly at the same place. Check out the corners, right? Remember, we had to disappear these edges on the corners, and that's it, right? So this is my my mockup adjusted perfectly to what I'm printing. And all I did, and I'm going to go over again, is hide the main product, because the main product image is like a background that will give you like the full shape in a proper background for your product and your mask. But if I hide it, I can still use the mask as my main product, and I can play around with the color background for this particular preview. And that's what creates this amazing effect, right? Just like this. So now that we have this ready, we can just click next. Just make sure that the print guide is hidden, the product color is hidden, everything is working. Next, and save. After saving, I don't have to reconnect anything. All I have to do is refresh. Okay, I will refresh this. Okay, my main listing photo hasn't changed yet because that's something that is now on Shopify. But if I were to type my name, like Sam and Tim, it's previewing exactly what I want. Like that. And the location, well, actually, we're going to just type Baltimore, right? Maryland, US, and we have the month is, we said, is 9/26. Oops, 9/26, 1996. Oh, it's just like that. And now it's looking great. If I like this view, all I have to do is click on the preview button and right click and save this to be my square mockup number 2. Yeah, excellent. And that's it. And if I were to go to my Shopify backend, all I have to do is, let me find my store. Okay. And in here, I should look for my product, look for the last created, the newest. And this is the live session Starry Sky. So I come here. I think I didn't even put a price on this. So let me just put this on the home decor collection. That's great. Put a price on this and add another media. So I will come here, look for the square mockup number 2. This will be my main listing. I could actually put a lot of listing here, images here, but I just wanted to have this. Save. And that's my listing working. Whenever I refresh this, this is my new listing folder. Oh, let me do another refresh. I don't see the price. Did I change the price? I didn't change the price. Excellent. Now we preview this and we are all good. And that's working. So it's a great trick to remember that you need to save your design and create your product with the star map constraint to the limits of the design. But later on the template, you can expand and you can shape it any way you want. You can realign and resize. Always making sure that whatever you resize for printing, try to match it on the preview. And if the preview is not showing really that cool because, well, the background is pretty light and the effect is pretty white, and you need to downsize that, you can always edit. You don't have to, you saw I didn't delete anything. All you have to do is hide whatever you're not using or it's not favor to you, and then change the background colors. So whatever you present, this is just for presenting. Remember that the print will be exactly what Shino needs. Now, let me check back with some questions and we can open the Q&A. I see a lot of activity on the chat. Well, maybe I would like to know, because we have some experts around on the chat, if you knew you could change that if you wanted to make the star map square. Right now, because of the way the star map is shaped, we don't have masks for that. All masks are created, like Cecilia said, by putting some images on top, on the bottom. But perhaps you knew this trick or you didn't. I hope you liked it. Let's see, we have some people typing there. And well, remember we saw at the beginning of the live session the different shapes. We have the dome and the circle. They are all crafted the same way. In the case of the circle acrylic, we don't have to do much of an adjustment. In the case of the dome, we do an expansion, right, like this. Right, I did take the black background, so this shows a bit darker. In the new example, we actually picked the color to match the background better. That creates like a great effect. But it's the same concept. The idea is that you will save your design with the original star map, and then on the template for that particular product, you will expand that so it will fit the shape you want to shape, and it will be cut out by the printing system. Okay, and but that way the effect, I mean, the star map keeps working exactly as it should be, and you shape it the way you want, just with that small trick. And you see, it's pretty fast and pretty straightforward, without any complex engineering. Should you have any further questions, remember you can always reach out to us at support@customily.com. You can open a live chat in the app, and you can also join our Facebook communities. Probably more than once people ask, hey, how can I do this with Customily? And some other user, some other community member will reach out to you, will give you examples. There's a lot of sharing on those communities, so I recommend you join them. Week we have a very special live session, because we're going to be covering some different outcomes, something that goes a bit outside of the print-on-demand world. We're going to the product basis. We're going to the more on-hands part of Customily, creating engraved products, leather engraving, wood engraving, jewelry, metal. We're going to be covering a lot of ideas, a lot of trendings, and also creating products with this effect. So sign up for the next live session, and thank you all for watching. See you next week with another live session from Customily. Have a great day.